It is time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. This is a double feature where two segments are combined into one episode. And now, here's the host of the show, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 1586 and 1586, and this is the 7th edition of the Shenanigan double feature, where I usually have two segments from my show and put them together in one video in case I don't have time or they're short or I'm in a little bit of a rush. So here we go. Going to talk about what just happened tonight on SmackDown and on NXT Level Up and what happened on AEW Rampage. And I hope you guys are tuning in. Just to let you know before we get the show started, tomorrow there'll be Card Shark Saturday, the first Card Shark Saturday of August 2024. Basically, first Sharks and Suit Saturday of August 2024, and this will be the 100th edition of the gameplay. That's right, 100 times I played this thing since, and as you know, this will be a 2-year anniversary of the fact that our house passed inspection, and now we are here. Now that everything has changed and everything else, and I'm really excited. I don't know about you guys, but I'm totally excited. And also tomorrow, I'm getting a haircut. That's it. I've had enough. When I get out of work, this hair is getting cut. So I'm going to look clean and fresh. Don't have to look like a supermodel or a male model MXM collection. I'll explain about that tag team. Just to, so I can look good for the Portuguese feast and say, hey everybody, I am here. And that's right. I am here, arriving at the feast. Can't wait. Let's do this thing. Oh, I've got to do this. Put the microphone down here so I can talk. Sheepers. So yes, right. I am sacrificing a few. Usually I go to bed right about now, but I'm sacrificing a few minutes to do this. Alrighty then, SmackDown. Logan Paul arrives in his prime truck with all his freaking goofy friends. I'm like, oh gosh, here we go. I'd rather drink this than Prime. Excuse me. Yeah. Logan Paul's a Beavis-looking butthead. A little bit more on him later on. Cody Rhodes kicks off SmackDown, says, what do we want to talk about? He addresses Solo Sikoa. He interrupts Rhodes, and then Jacob Fatu, the rest of the bloodline, Jacob Fatu and the Tonga brothers, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, come out and surround him. He says, wait, we're not going to attack you yet, but tomorrow. But tonight, Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga are bringing the belts home. Then I'm taking that title home. So that's what Solo Sikoa said to Cody Rhodes, and they retreat after that. And then the title match, though, Solo Sikoa decided to raise the stakes a little bit. The stipulation: bloodline rules. You know what that means? Trouble. You gotta find what Cody wrote. There's gonna be a lot of crazy things gonna be happening tomorrow night at SummerSlam. Trust me on that. It'll be a lot of fun. Carmelo Hayes was addressing Andrade because he's trying to find a way to beat Andrade. This is the second rematch between the two of them. The match happened between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, and Andrade picks up the victory 2 in a row against Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes better start figuring out how to beat Andrade, or else he ain't. Unlike the Boston Celtics, his fellow athletes from the Boston Celtics, he ain't gonna win any championship at this ring. So, and Legado del Fantasma was upset with Angel Umberto for losing to Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin. So Escobar showed him how it's done, and because because he had help, Angel Umberto decided to neutralize Corbin. Santos Escobar took advantage of that situation and pinned Apollo Crews. Byron Saxton interviewed Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill about challenging Alba Fire and Isla Dawn for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. They're saying that the EST and the Storm are coming, and we're coming out for those titles. A little bit more on that situation. So they had the Logan Paul homecoming celebration. Logan Paul's running his mouth, and it seems like, to me, the people of Cleveland are booing him. And you know what? I think the people of Cleveland should be embarrassed of having Logan Paul as a hometown son. You know, I'll tell you why. I mean, Logan Paul did some stupid stuff on YouTube, including disrespecting a sacred place in Japan, and acting like a total goofball. He's a moron. He's an idiot. And I don't care how many... I don't get... You know, being YouTube famous is one thing. I just do YouTube videos just for fun, kicks, and giggles, and just to communicate with people and just spread my positivity and all that. Logan Paul wants to be controversial and a jackass. Let him. Because the fact is, it's going to bite him in the butt one of these days. Reality's going to bite him in the butt. You know? And here's what... I think he's engaged. He's going to have, have a child. The dude, better be realizing this. All this, nobody's going to fall for his stupid stunts no more, and it's all going to catch up to him. And believe me, LA Knight's going to make sure of that. And as he had 3 esteemed people from Cleveland. So Nick Aldis looked them up. He doesn't think they're legit. I think Logan Paul's trying to con the people of Cleveland, to be totally honest. And then he said, I'm about to do my banner celebration. And as the banner celebration falls down, the word "yeah" was written across. So LA Knight comes out, and he trashes Logan Paul. And it seems that the people of Cleveland love LA Knight more than they love Logan Paul. And so, anyways, LA Knight decided, I want to come back here and find a banner. And he talks to Pretty Deadly, and Pretty Deadly says, how about the musical? And he got enough of that. And he said, and he's about to look around and go, wait a minute, I got something better. The Prime truck Logan Paul drove in. And he decided, and Logan Paul knew what was going to happen, so he starts chasing after LA Knight. LA Knight timed it perfectly when he saw Logan Paul a few feet away. He jumps in, takes off with a truck. I was like, yes, LA Knight took off in the truck, man. I'm telling you, that Beavis-looking butthead, Logan Paul's going to get his just desserts. And I'll tell you what, Logan Paul, you're losing that United States title. So, that was fun. Then the women's tag team title was on the line. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn defended it against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill were about to get the match in control until Blair Davenport, of all people, got involved. And just having the champs blatantly attacked Jade Cargill. The referee saw it, disqualified the champs. That means they retained their title. And Cargill and Belair picked up the victory, but then they started attacking Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Why did Blair Davenport get involved? I know why. They're friends with Naomi, and that is going to burn Naomi up big time. And so Nia Jax has a little gift for Tiffany Stratton. Her own personal Money in the Bank briefcase comes with the the carrier, like she's going to carry like a pocketbook. I'm like, oh gosh. So it's all pink and all that. And then Chelsea Green says, oh, you can change the font now with glitter on it. And Chelsea Green was confronting her, Tiffany Stratton, about, oh, you pushed me off. I would have had that. And she goes, green looks good on you. Toodles. She was like very shocked about that. But Nia Jax made Tiffany Stratton promise that she wouldn't cash in Money in the Bank at SummerSlam. It's all about strategy, Nia, and watch your back, girl. And then DIY cut a promo on the Bloodline when they came up during the about to come up with a tag team title match, and Johnny Gargano greets his wife and son, and then Indy Hartwell was there, and I remember his son just reaching out to him. It was so cute. Quill. But they had the tag team titles on the line. DIY versus Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. DIY thought they had everything in control until Solo Sikoa got involved and hit Tommaso Ciampa with the Samoan Spike, taking him out of the equation. The Bloodline took advantage of it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got new WWE Tag Team Champions in the Bloodline. That will be Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. And Solo Sikoa's holding the belts. That's why I don't like joining. I don't want to join a faction. You don't hold my belt, I hold my belt. The only time you hold my belt is when I'm not defending it in a non-title match. Dorks. Whatever. So, the Bloodline is going to go in there with some gold with the tag team titles in their possession. Now, NXT level up. Tyra May Steele, former Olympic gold medalist, went up against Tatum Paxley. Paxley defeated her. Sarah Schreiber interviewed Shiloh Hill. And interviewed Shiloh Hill about how he's going to win against Riley Osborne. Riley Osborne and Shiloh Hill went one-on-one. And Osborne did end up winning the matchup. Meanwhile, the NXT Anonymous spies on Uriah Connors talking to two guys around here. Who are the two guys watching his back? We'll find out down the road. Main event for NXT Level Up: Malik Blade and Bronco Nima versus Bronco Nima, and Blade picks up the victory. Tomorrow is SummerSlam. Now onto our second half of the Shenanigan double feature. That will consist of AEW Rampage. Alright, let me just go right so. First matchup on AEW Rampage. Wheeler Yuta went one-on-one with the Butcher. Wheeler Yuta won that one with a submission hold. And then the MXM Collection promo on Private Party, how they're going to have new beauty shots against Private Party. Meanwhile, Brian Cage versus Manny Lowe. And Brian Cage made Manny Lowe feel real low by beating him in a matchup. And meanwhile, Renee Paquette interviewed Kyle Fletcher and Don Callis, asking Kyle Fletcher why fighting MJF, and then Don Callis and Brian Cage interrupt him, and Brian Cage decided to challenge Kyle Fletcher to a match. Fletcher accepts, and Don Callis is not too pleased about this. So, it seems like Kyle Fletcher wants to really prove himself. And you know what? My hat is off to him. Alright? I respect Kyle Fletcher to doing this. Don Callis need to realize, you want to make your family better, you better have some great quality wrestlers that can do it. And you got a good one in Kyle Fletcher. Let Kyle Fletcher cook. That's all I'm going to say. Let Kyle Fletcher cook with these matches against Brian Cage and MJF. That way you have a formidable fighter in your stable right now. Don Callis needs to realize this. Alright? And don't be a jerk, John Callis. Meanwhile, the lovely, the gorgeous, one of my favorite Aussie angels of AEW, Harley Cameron, came out and said that Saraya won't compete out of protest for the way she's been treated. You know what? We don't want to see Saraya. We want to see you, Harley. Harley Cameron, it's about time, girl, that you prove yourself to be a formidable opponent for any woman in that ring. And she took on Nyla Rose, and Harley Cameron held her own against Nyla Rose. But Nyla Rose became too strong and too powerful for her, and defeating Harley Cameron. But I gotta give Harley Cameron, I think she had like 9 matches so far in AEW, and I'll tell you what, and she's improving more and more every day. And Harley Cameron, only be a matter of time, should be a threat to any title. And if I were, don't worry, I'm not going to worry about Saraya. Let Harley Cameron fight on her own. I want to see more of Harley Cameron. I love Harley Cameron. Yes, I do. I love Harley Cameron. Yes. Hashtag simp for Harley. Guilty. Guilty. And then Private Party responds to the MXM collection. And Brian Keith, the bad apple of the learning tree, and went up against Jackson Drake, and the Bad Apple Brian Keith won that one. And then Renee Paquette interviewed Katsuyori Shibata about the learning tree, how you talk to Samoa, and did the Google Translate on his phone, and said, they'll be back sooner than later. So, he has no problem. And then he goes, Winston-Salem. I like Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It's a nice place there, nice town there. Hey, listen, I got family there. And Renee's like, oh, can't wait to meet him. Funny. And then the 8-man tag match tomorrow night on Collision. Actually, the Undisputed Kingdom. That's Roderick Strong and the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions Mike Bennett, Matt Taven. And then they're teaming and Mortos. They were trying to respond with Darby Allin, Mark Briscoe, the Ring of Honor World Champ, and FTR. And so Mark Briscoe kind of reminded Darby Allin, hey, this ain't about All In, it's about All In, it's about us winning. And I think he doesn't want Darby Allin to look way too past their opponents, and that's understandable. Meanwhile, the main event, Private Party, and that'll be Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, went up against the MXN collection. That's Mason Madden and Mansoor, making their AEW Rampage debut. And ladies and gentlemen, the MXN collection defeated Private Party. That's a bit of an upset, but I'll tell you one thing, a win's a win. Congratulations to the MXN collection. As you know, tomorrow will be Card Strikes Money Cards, the 100th edition, the first one of August 2024. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Also expect a 10th edition of Roadside Shenanigans 1999 as I head to the Portuguese Feast. Looking forward to talking from the feast and seeing what the heck is going on. Bringing my camera. I'm going there with a new haircut, and I'm excited. Wrestling tomorrow. Sunday, though, weather doesn't look promising for a parade, but we shall see. So, until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, doing for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.